We are previewing the Twins' opening day game against the Seattle Mariners on today's episode of Locked On Twins.
You are Locked On Twins, your daily Minnesota Twins podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And welcome to the Locked On Minnesota Twins podcast. Today is Tuesday, April 5th. You're listening to this on Wednesday, April 6th, or maybe a little bit later. Could be Thursday. If you listen to it Friday, it may not be as relevant. We're previewing the Twins' opening day game against the Seattle Mariners at Target Field on Thursday afternoon. I'm Nash Walker. Been writing at Twins Daily for over 2 years. Been hosting this podcast for over 2 years. The podcast has never seen as many downloads as it has right now. And that's you. Thank you so much. I can't wait for this season to get going. This is the last episode, hopefully, before opening day. I will preface all of this by saying the Twins may not play on Thursday. They have an off day Friday. It looks like rain, snow Thursday at Target Field. Hold your tickets. There's discussions that the Twins could move that game to Friday. Major League Baseball reportedly doesn't want them to move that game to Friday. So wait and see. And maybe we'll know more by Wednesday morning. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to preview this game for you today. And if they don't play Thursday, this is relevant for Friday, right? And if they end up not playing Thursday, we're going to do an opening day roster look and who made it, who didn't. We'll talk about that anyway Thursday night. After the game, we'll recap the game and look forward to the rest of the series. So that's what will happen if they do play. If they do play, you're going to get a post game from me on Thursday. If they don't play, you're going to get an episode from me on Thursday, but it's going to be an opening day roster look. Today, we're going to preview that game. And whether it happens Thursday or Friday, it's going to happen, which is amazing. And I can't believe baseball is here. I'm so excited. We've made it. We've made it through a long lockout, through a long winter and off season. Baseball is here, and I can't wait to dive into this with you. We're going to look at the Seattle Mariners, tell you a little bit about the Mariners, what to expect from them in this series, this opening day series at Target Field. The Mariners expect to be good this year. And last year, a lot of luck, but 190 games, just missed the playoffs in the American League and really put it together. They're adding Julio Rodriguez. He made the opening day roster. You're going to see him play this weekend at Target Field, the top 3 to 5 prospect in baseball, outfielder, tools for days. Julio Rodriguez is a potential star in this league, and he could get going against the Twins. Hopefully that's not the case, but you're going to see him this weekend. I want to jump right into this and look at projected lineups. So the Twins are trotting Joe Ryan out there on opening day. The Mariners are trotting out Robbie Ray. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see we're going to start with the Mariners projected opening day lineup against Joe Ryan. And the numbers on the right side of your screen, and I'll explain this if you're listening on podcast form, that's weighted runs created plus versus right-handed pitchers in 2021. So weighted runs created plus, we know if you could encapsulate how productive a hitter is into one number, weighted runs created plus, how many runs do they create, and how does that compare to the rest of the league is how we're going to do it. How I think is the best way to do it. It's not batting average. It's not OPS. It's not even OPS plus. Weighted runs created plus, I think, is the best number to look at. So we're going to use that today. Adam Frazier leads off, acquired in a trade from the Padres last year. Just didn't go well with the Padres. Adam Frazier was awesome in Pittsburgh in 2020, and I think in 2019 as well. Slap hitting, leadoff guy, not going to hit for power, but 117 weighted runs created plus against right-handed pitching last year. Ty France was awesome last year for the Mariners. Keep an eye out for Ty France. He's going to be a tough out in this lineup. 124 weighted runs created plus against right-handed pitching last year. And they added Jesse Winker a few weeks ago. That's a huge addition. You'll see, and I'll tell you, a 178 weighted runs created plus against right-handed pitching last year for Jesse Winker. That was, of course, for the Cincinnati Reds, one of the best left-handed hitters in the National League, crushes right-handed pitching. I think he will hurt a little bit moving out of Great American Ballpark. We know how that ballpark favors hitters and favors offense, but Jesse Winker is going to be a tough out for the Twins. And, late in games this weekend and late Thursday, expect Taylor Rogers to get the Jesse Winker assignment. Expect Caleb Thielbar to get the Jesse Winker assignment in the middle innings. He's going to be tough. Mitch Haniger, we know, is a great player. 107 weighted runs created plus against right-handed pitching last year. Was one of their best hitters, if not their best hitter last year with Ty France. Eugenio Suarez acquired also from the Reds in that deal with Jesse Winker. Suarez, 93 weighted runs created plus against right-handed pitching. Hit under 200 last year, was terrible. Got moved out of a starting role for the Reds. This is a make or break year. Hit 50 home runs just in 3 years ago. So Suarez, huge power, but the contact is not there. The on base is not there. This is a make or break year for Suarez. Julio Rodriguez, Fangraphs projects to hit 6th in this lineup. Again, has not debuted. Will debut against the Twins either Thursday or Friday. Super exciting for him, the young outfielder. I don't know. That's up in the air. He could be great. He could, go through some rookie lumps early on. Jared Kelenic, another former top prospect, debuted last year, came over from the Mets organization, wasn't good last year, 93 weighted runs created plus against righties, is a left-handed hitter. So a lot of question marks in the bottom of this Mariners lineup. Tom Murphy projects to hit 8th. He has 45 weighted runs created plus last year. His number 100 is league average. 100 is league average. So any point above or below 100 is a percentage point above or below league average. Tom Murphy's at 45, which means he's 55% below league average. Jesse Winker at 178 is 78% above league average. So that gives you a good view of what you're dealing with here in this lineup. JP Crawford projects to hit 9th. Pretty solid left-handed hitter, 106 weighted runs created plus last year. So dangerous lineup at the top for the Mariners, certainly in Winker, in France, in Haniger. Frazier can be tough. He gets on base. So the Twins are going to have, Joe Ryan going to have his work cut out for him early on in this game. Going to have to get through the top of that lineup. And then again, expect Taylor Rogers to get the Jesse Winker assignment. Expect Caleb Thielbar to get that assignment as well in the middle innings and Rogers in the late innings. And you'll see that, I think, definitely if the game is close late, you'll see Rogers out there to face Winker. Let's get to the Twins lineup. Super excited to break this one down with you. Robbie Ray, American League Cy Young winner, going to start for the Mariners in this one on opening day. They got him in the offseason. Thought the Twins might go after Robbie Ray. He ends up in Seattle. I think it was for $115 around there, $115 million. So a big-time investment in Robbie Ray, who before 2021 was just not very good. And the Blue Jays picked him up on a kind of prove-it deal, value-building deal going into 2021, and he rewarded them with a Cy Young campaign. And for Robbie Ray, it's always been huge, big-time stuff, 95 plus with a fastball from the left side, wipeout slider. Command's been an issue for him his entire career, really put it together last year, found that command, cut down on his walk, strikeout stayed up, and all of a sudden he's an ace and going to face the Twins at Target Field. So instantly tough matchup. Byron Buxton projected to lead off. This is my projected lineup for the Twins on opening day. Buxton leading off, has led off a lot this spring, destroyed this spring. 5 home runs for Byron Buxton down in Fort Myers. 169 weighted runs created plus against left-handed pitching last year. So he's the best player in this matchup in terms of, facing someone from the left side. Jorge Polanco, 115 weighted runs created plus last year against lefties, was very good all around, crushed righties, and was really solid against lefties. Jorge Polanco, pleasant surprise last year, projects to hit 2nd in this lineup. Carlos Correa, 3rd, 138 weighted runs created plus last year against lefties. Miguel Sano, I project to hit cleanup. He was below average, 98 against lefties last year, but in his career has hit lefties really well. Gio Urshela, I have hitting 5th. He was at 112, so above league average. Alex Kirilloff, I have hitting 6th. He was at 111 last year in a shortened sample. Gary Sanchez, as much as he struggled at the plate last year, a 125 weighted runs created plus against left-handed pitching, which is the 3rd best in this lineup when you consider the sample. Ryan Jeffers, 8th, 99 weighted runs created plus. So you'll notice both in the same lineup. I think one will catch. I think the other will DH. Jeffers is probably catching. Sanchez is probably DHing. You have Urshela at 3rd base. Notice that Luis Arraez is not in this lineup against the left-handed pitcher. As I said, when the Twins went out, traded Josh Donaldson, acquired Gio Urshela, I think he's going to start at 3rd against lefties. I think Luis Arraez is going to start at 3rd against righties, and then whoever's hitting well, I think will earn more playing time. You're going to have injuries. You're going to have, ineffectiveness. Those things will probably happen. Kyle Garlick, I have him making the team and hitting 9th. This is a toss in the air. This could be Max Kepler hitting 9th playing right field, but Kepler is not proven outside of 1 year in 2019 that he can hit left-handed pitching. Look at this lineup. That's 7 out of 9 last year who were above league average against left-handed pitching. And the other 2 were just below in Miguel Sano and Ryan Jeffers. And I expect Ryan Jeffers to have a better season. I expect Miguel Sano to have a better season, hopefully a better first half, and certainly against lefties. Ryan Jeffers last year hit lefties decently well and then couldn't hit righties. I expect both of them to hit lefties. But this is not just any other lefty. This is Robbie Ray. And you look at the Twins' history against Robbie Ray. It's not super long. They don't have a whole lot of at-bats. Buxton's 0 for 2 with a walk. Polanco's 1 for 3 with a single. Carlos Correa, 3 for 11, a double, 3 walks. So Correa has the best history against Ray with an extra base hit. He's gotten on base over a 400 clip against Robbie. Miguel Sano, 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Urshela, 2 for 7 with a double. Alex Kirilloff has not faced him. Gary Sanchez, 1 for 5 with a homer and a walk. Ryan Jeffers, 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Kyle Garlick, 0 for 2 with a walk. The reason being, Robbie Ray was in the National League with the Diamondbacks for a long time. So they haven't seen Robbie Ray outside of last year, a lot of these guys. And Twins lost that game at Target Field 6-1. The Blue Jays beat them when Ray started, but he was on a mission last year. I'm curious to see how he follows up that season. It was a breakout season. Sometimes you wonder with command guys, can they revert back to, 4 walkouts, a 15% walk rate, and you're looking at solidly from Robbie Ray in his career. Could he get back to that? Twins are going to have to be patient, but also patiently aggressive at the plate. I think this lineup is going to do very well against left-handed pitching this year. I think they're going to have a lot of success facing southpaws. That wasn't the case last year as much until the end of the year when Buxton came back and just crushed lefties. Adding Correa, equally good against righties and lefties last year, but, big right-handed bat. If this lineup doesn't hit left-handed pitching, be shocked. I'll be shocked if they can't hit lefties. Would really be shocked. And that's kind of been the case for the Twins in the last couple of years, especially with Cruz and Donaldson, who've historically destroyed southpaws. I think this lineup is going to do the same this year. And looking at it again, I think it's a special group. I think this lineup has the potential to put up some numbers this year, to be potent. And I think they can come out of the gate and do that. A couple of things that are super important. Miguel Sano, complete X factor in this lineup. I have him hitting cleanup for a reason, because if Miguel Sano is locked in, and we saw at the end of spring training, look like he might be, if he's locked in against lefties, that adds a whole nother dimension to this lineup. You have Urshela, you have Kirilloff, you have Sanchez, all above average in those matchups last year. You have Buxton, Polanco, Correa, your 3 best players leading things off. If Sano can fill in the middle with a potent right-handed swing, we've seen it before from him early on. We got to see it early on. That would be massive for the Twins, especially through an early stretch that's not super favorable for them. It's a tough go of it early in the season. I want to look at that schedule. We'll preview a little bit of the rest of the Mariners series after this word from Built Bar. This is the time of year. I've pretty much given up on all my New Year's resolutions, but not this year. I'm sticking to my resolution to eat right thanks to Built Bar. It almost feels like it's not really a resolution because I actually enjoy eating them. Have you tried the Puffs? Puffs are the first protein-infused marshmallow. They're delicious. They're easy to chew. They're covered in 100% real chocolate. Built Bars are delicious, and I don't know how they do it, but every single time, they're delicious and they're healthy. Built Bars, for a type 1 diabetic like me, absolutely critical. I love Built Bars. You will too. Go to Built.com. Use promo code LOCKED15 and get 15% off your order. Use promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at Built.com. Thanks for making Locked On Twins your first listen every day. Now make your second listen Locked On MLB. Paul Francis Sullivan, please call him Sully, brings you his unique perspective on the major leagues past and present. Also, check out Locked On MLB Prospects. Host Lindsey Crosby is a prospect encyclopedia, and he's going deep on the MLB stars of tomorrow. It's free and available wherever you get your podcast. Speaking of the stars of tomorrow, Saints get a win tonight. In the opener, Royce Lewis 1 for 4 with a single, a walk, a stolen base. Very nice to see. We'll be covering the minor leagues all year with Prospect Fridays. Probably going to get going on Prospect Fridays a little bit later in April, maybe week 2, week 3 as they ramp up and get going. We'll have Prospect Fridays, need more of a sample for those, but very excited. Jordan Balzovic, unfortunately, starting on the injured list for the Twins with a knee strain. Hopefully he's back soon and starting games. AAA set for, and a lot of guys at AAA with the Saints, which is exciting. Get over to CHS Field, check out the Saints. Looking at this schedule for the Twins. Mariners for 4 to start at home. Then they have the Dodgers for 2. They're at Boston for 4. So conceivably, you're facing 10 teams, 10 playoff hopeful teams right out of the gate. Then you're at the Royals, home against the White Sox, home against the Tigers. In that White Sox series, they will not have Lance Lynn, which certainly benefits the Twins. It'd be tough if Lynn was in that rotation. They'll be tough anyway. So this first month is not easy. And the Rays, they finish with the Rays at Tampa, 29th to 30th, and then into May. So right off the bat, not easy. When you get into May, at Baltimore for 4, A's for 3. So there's 7 there that you hope you can win. And they have the Astros, the Guardians, the A's, the Royals, the Tigers, the Royals, the Tigers again. Winnable games in May. I'd say May is a lot lighter, which is why it's so important the Twins come out of the gate and come out strong this year. If you remember, and I don't like to compare everything to the 2019 team, but this is very true. The 2019 team started 40-18. Then they had a stretch where they were 500 for like 2 months. Then they finished the season strong with a light schedule. But they beat up their schedule in the first 60 games. They started 40-18. If the Twins start 40-18, their playoff chances are skyrocketed. And I'm not saying that's possible. That team was really special and they put it together. I'm not saying that's likely. It's possible. It's not likely. But something like that, if the Twins could start like right out of the gate in April and be like 3-4 games above 500 coming out of April with this schedule, you'd feel really good going into the rest of the year. And I think it's very important for them not to dig the hole. You see last year, the hole they dug early, it was over. It was over. You cannot lose the way that they lost last year early on. I know it's 162 games. I was saying it early, like, just wait. What happens is, even if you win at a 600, 650 clip the rest of the year, it's so hard to make up those games. It's just extremely difficult. You got to at least hover around 500. You can't be 10, 12, 15 games below 500 by the time June rolls around. You just won't be in the race. So for the Twins, get an opening series win against the Mariners. Try to take 3 out of 4. Try to split with the Dodgers at home. I know this seems like a lot, but I'm telling you, if they are able to do this, if they're able to split with Boston at Fenway, win the series against Kansas City at Kauffman, somehow beat the White Sox at home 2 out of 3, beat the Tigers, take 1 out of 3 against the Rays, whatever. If they can do that, they will be in such a great spot going into May, because the May schedule is much lighter. And you still got to play, you still got to win the games. But they need to weather the storm early on and maybe just crush the storm. Like 5, 6, 7 games above 500 going into May, I will be sitting here really hopeful. Now, if they're 5, 6, 7 games below 500 going into May, I'm going to go, ooh, I don't know about this club. And that's not, the season won't be over at that point, but I won't know how to feel about their chances playing good teams. Right out of the gate, you got tests. Joe Ryan, tested. Bailey Ober, tested. Chris Archer, tested. They're going to be tested right out of the gate, all these guys. And it's very important for them to start hot, to start strong, to win early, build that momentum. I'm not a huge believer in momentum. I think you got to go out there every day. Every day is a new day, and you win freshly. And let me tell you something about this year. If I don't talk to you before opening day, I will be here every day, 5 days a week. I'm Locked On Twins. Tell you something about this year. There will be ups. There will be ups. There will be nights we're sitting here and you're sitting watching the Twins. And you go, wow, like this group is talented as hell, because it is. There will be downs when you don't have faith in them and you think, they can't win. There will be everything in between. And there will be baseball this year, which is the best part. Enjoy the Twins. Enjoy the baseball season. Can't believe it's here. We grinded through. If you've been with me since the beginning, love you. If you're here with me now, love you. Go Twins. Can't wait for this. Hopefully I gave you a good view of what to expect on opening day, what to expect from the Mariners. Very top-heavy lineup, but I think could prove some difficulties for Joe Ryan and for this Twins rotation. Not going to be easy. Never are. Thanks for listening today. Have a great day. Go Twins. Thanks for making Locked On Twins your first listen every single day. We'll either be back with a post-game Thursday night after opening day, or we'll be back with an opening day roster look before Friday. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and go Twins.